But I always love when we have wonderful guests coming in the building. And as I mentioned, we have the lovely and the talented Miss Suzi in the building.
Hey,
oh my God, look at how cute she is. Oh my gosh.
Stop.
Yes. So just tell the people a little bit about yourself and what you do and what's going on.
Yeah. So again, my name is Suzi. I am a multi-talented music artist, audio engineer from New Jersey, New York area.
Shout out to New Jersey.
Shout out to my audio engineers, especially my females.
Period.
I love it. I do Latin music as well.
I didn't know that. That's so cool. I need to hear some of your Latin songs.
Oh my gosh, girl, yes.
What kind of songs we talking? We talking bachata, salsa, que?
Yeah, so I did a little bit of bachata. I have some reggaeton, a little bit of the smooth vibes too. I guess I just like to say that I'm an artist overall.
Right. Okay, so so you're Latina, I'm assuming, right?
Dominicana.
Okay, Dominicana in the building. Shout outs to DR.
Latino power.
Yes. So let's just talk a little bit about you and like your achievements going forward, because I know you have a lot of like really cool things that you have accomplished. So I want you to boast about it. Tell me.
Overall, as an independent artist, I'm self-funded and I kind of do everything myself. So even down to recording my own music.
One woman band right here.
Yeah. So it's a lot that goes behind it. And, being that I'm independent, I've been able to accomplish over like 250 million streams.
Millions.
Most successful record.
That is so freaking good. And I love to hear about it. Like, tell me more.
Yes. Started just as being an artist. That's where I began. And later along the lines, I was inspired to become an audio engineer. I interned at a studio for like 2 years and learned everything that I possibly could. Shout out to Alex, Lareo Cyrus.
Shout out.
Yes. He pretty much taught me everything that I know. And along the route, I met a bunch of other super talented engineers that have put me on to where I am today. So it's a crazy experience. Everything that I've done, I've also dabbled into like video production.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I know who to call.
Yes,
because I be struggling with the videos sometimes. I actually, if you guys don't know, I actually found out about Suzi through like mutual friends.
Yes.
I know that you were recently on the Belladonna.
That's right. Shout out to my girls.
Shout out to Pinky.
Shout
Shout
out
out
to
to Lil. Which are other female engineers.
That's right.
And producers and A&Rs that had dropped all female friendly project. So it's called Belladonna, and it's filled with different women from different genres of music. And they spoke so highly about you when they were here on their interview. Because they said that they made the song.
Yes.
They made the song "The Boy Is Mine." The boy ain't mine. The boy ain't mine. And Lil was saying that when she heard it and she made the track, you were the first person that she thought of. She's like, there's no better R&B voice than we should have on this track than Suzi. So then they put you on the track and they were like, you know what? We need a little spice on it. We need a little rap in there. And they threw Yaya in too.
Yes.
So I think that was like really cool. So how does it feel to be a part of a project like that with multiple women?
It feels amazing. I'm so excited for all of us. I love the way that we work together. The girls are all so sweet and very humble, and everybody just wanted to make the best product out of whatever we decided to do. Right. Yaya was amazing. She's so talented. She came up with them bars in the studio, like right on there when we were working, and it just came out so nicely.
It did. I was asking them too, because I was very shocked to hear that like it went so like harmoniously. Because I know there was like 8 different girls on the track, and I'm like, I was asking them like, is there any drama? Like, what's going on? Like, is it always looking for that? Is drama. It juicy? Because I know women, like, you know what I mean, and a lot of the time, like, aside from our team, like the whole like the girls that we are with, I feel like there's a lot of like cattiness and weirdness. But I feel like in this retrospect, and especially on this particular project, it was very harmonious. Yeah, which I really love, because I feel like it sets an example going forward in the industry. Because I feel like, especially right now in the industry, like women are tearing each other down. Like we got Lotto beefing with whom I Spice, and then was like Nikki, the opposite of what you guys did, right? Like you guys worked extremely well together, and I feel like more women need to be like that in the industry, like kind of like take a page out of the like the Belladonna book, and where more people could work better together. Because I feel like you know we could make it a bad thing, which most people do, because some people thrive off the BS like me sometimes. But like you know, we need to be more like positive going forward. So I just want to talk about we played your song Down For You.
Yeah.
And I want to talk a little bit about that song because I like it a lot.
Thank you.
So tell me behind the scenes stuff for all of that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I'm super excited with Down For You. We released it earlier this year or last year? I don't even remember at this point.
I feel like it was last year.
So many records at this point. I don't even know.
Just working, huh?
I'm super proud of that record. We just hit 1 million all-time streams as my first like solo record, indie artist.
Yay! Congratulations on 1 million.
Thank you.
1 million.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, so that record, me and my friend Nico came together and wrote that. My friend Choice and El Jefe produced on that. It was just kind of one of those things where we were at the crib and decided to cook up. Like we had the home equipment and we were just making music, and it ended up coming out to be one of my favorite records.
Literally, it's one of my faves too. I was listening to, I was like, oh my god, this one is such a killer. Like where has this song been all my whole life?
Oh my god,
like I needed a few songs of Suzi's in the repertoire now here at Party 101.9. But call us in, be like, hey, that Suzi track. And also let's talk about her newest track that just came out, Nobody to Love.
Yes,
which is really appropriate because it's like Valentine's Day coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so Nobody to Love is a record that's just kind of like based on one of those situations that you really had hope for and it just didn't work out.
Story of my life.
You know, like maybe everything was great and then just for some reason it just didn't work out. But God's path is the path that you should seek and not your own. And I've been there. I've been the toxic girl. I've been the crazy girl. I've gone through so many different phases of like where we're on the path of learning how to speak more positively and like overall just good energy. So a lot of the records that I've built, may they be on relationships or not, is just kind of more so being in the lighter side of everything. I want to be in the soft girl phase now.
Actually, before we get into the most recent release, which is Nobody to Love, I want to just play Oh Please.
Yeah, sure.
Real quick, because I need some help, so please help me find somebody to love next.
The daily affirmations. Here we go.
Daily affirmations. Let's get right on into it at Party 101.9.
Streaming online at party1019.com. This is New York's #1 for throwbacks.
And we just finished playing her song, Oh Please. So tell me a little bit about Oh Please.
Yeah, girl. So Oh Please is just one of those songs that is literally like affirmations. We want to be on the more positive note. So like I wake up
that
early
on in the morning.
In the morning, I get ready, I get to it, I get in the car, hit the gadgets, I'm on my way to go.
Just get my day going.
You need to remind yourself, and you need to remind these people like, I'm not one of them.
Right.
I'm me.
I'm
like,
she.
Oh, please don't play with me. Oh, please.
Oh, please.
Don't play with me.
Don't try me today. Okay. Maybe tomorrow, not today.
Mm-hmm. So you put that song on when you want to feel a little bit on your timing.
All right. So cool. So I want to just talk about something a little fun. So if you could pick 3 artists, major artists, to collab with, who would it be?
Oh my god.
Who will we making a song with? Let's manifest it today here on The Morning Influence.
There's so many talented artists. Mainstream artists.
Okay, so let's do. Oh, that's so good. That's a good question. Let's do mainstream.
Okay.
For your top 3 mainstream, and then we're gonna say 2 like independent artists whom you adore and want to work with.
Okay, awesome. So I would love to get a song with Kehlani.
I feel that. I love her.
I love her. She is so amazing. I would love to work with.
But why
Chris
Kehlani?
Brown.
Just because you just think she's amazing?
Literally, like she's just so dope. Like every way and every form, like Kehlani is amazing. I love her voice. I love her style.
I think she's very unique. I've been seeing her grow up since she was like a kid when she was on like those shows.
Yeah.
Singing, and she like made it. I love that.
Yeah,
so
and I love how her music is so transparent and like her.
It is.
Yeah,
like
so
I can relate to a lot of.
I appreciate her. I guess structure and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then who you said? You said Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
Ooh,
That's
Chris
always
Brown.
been like one of my longtime faves ever since I was a kid. I feel like I kind of grew up listening to him, and like.
What kind of Chris Brown era though? Because there's different eras of Chris Brown. Are we doing rapping Chris Brown? Are we doing first album Chris Brown? Are we doing new school Chris Brown? Like what kind of like if you could pick an era of Chris Brown, what era of Chris Brown would you choose to be on your record?
Honestly, oh my god, I love his evolution. I think that whatever vibe my R&B is in now, I would want to try to make a record like that.
Okay, so try to mix it whatever what you're feeling at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's the third?
The third would be I think I'll have to say like Ariana Grande.
What? We love her. You know what? I think we're on the same like wavelength when it comes to music, because those are definitely like people that I would want to work with. Like
they're so talented.
What? Ariana?
She's incredible.
She does no wrong.
No.
In my eyes.
No. She's amazing.
Yeah, I think like her vocals is something that
the range
is literally like is so out of this world. I mean, each and every one of them I feel like has very much different styles. And now that I think of it, and you mentioned those three, and then I think of like your future records and your future album, I'm like, wait, those are three completely different artists that could give you like such a range. Yeah. Right, of whatever it is like you're trying to go through, but still all very much within like the R&B genre. Yeah, but we got different styles.
Different styles of it. It's like a pop and B, like real R&B. Then it's like a new school R&B. It's fun.
A little poppy R&B. I'm here for it. I love it. That sounds really fun. So, who would be the two independent artists you would choose to work with?
Two independent artists. Honestly, I was talking to Leaf the other day, and I was like, "Girl, we got to do something."
That'd be cool. I love
talking about that.
Ooh, yeah, Leaf,
what you doing?
Hello, sis. I'm coming for you.
Yeah, and then I guess who else? I can't really say this one because I already have records with them, but we haven't put them out.
Well, we want to know now.
Can
who
I
is
say
it? Yeah, I mean,
Nico Knight, one of my best friends. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what are you waiting for?
We're gonna drop some stuff. It's coming.
Like you're just holding them. You're just collecting a bunch of records.
When I'm telling you, this man has an arsenal of songs. Like it's gonna be crazy.
Oh my gosh! So like that should be happening like super soon.
Oh yeah, it's happening.
Okay. Well, I want to talk about a little bit about like your up and coming tracks. You said that there's one coming out in like 2 days.
Yes.
What is that called? What is that about? Tell me about all the future.
We're going back to our soft girl roots and finding like love and knowing that it's okay to be vulnerable. So every love song is one of those records that kind of reflects on literally every single love song. I kind of pay homage to old school like classics, and I don't know if you'll catch on, but a lot of the lyrics are just literally like the title to a song.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Wait. So in the song, you're showing other R&B songs. Like which ones? Can you spell some beans? Can you spell one bean?
Girl.
Can I know one? Please?
It's literally like I'm feeling like LMA boot up is what your love does. SWV, how you make me weak.
That's kind of fire, actually. That's like the R&B songs for all R&B songs.
Oh yeah,
right.
That's
like what I think. So once that one comes out, and what's it called again?
Every love song.
Wow. I can't wait for every love song to come out on Valentine's Day because I can't wait to hear all of the little like Easter eggs in it.
Oh girl,
yeah. Like I can't wait to see how many songs I can name off the song. Like I'm literally gonna do a challenge.
So when you come back, sending it to you now.
When you come back, I am going to play it, and I want to see like with the audience, like how many tracks can you find in that song? How many? Get a quiz, and it's gonna be fun. And whoever gets to name all of the songs, will give you something. Maybe we'll give you a DSN mug.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, we could do like a little like whoever could guess all the songs in Suzi's song gets a little gift from us. I think that'd be so cute because I can't wait to hear it. Oh my gosh. So we'll have that exclusive for you guys like super shortly. But what I do want to get into is the nitty gritty, the super juicy new song, Nobody to Love.
Yes, shout out to Crystal Kane, so my homegirl. She helped me pen that, and Cat Palace on the beats.
Okay, all right. So let's just cut into that new track. Your favorite artist with us, Miss Suzi.
Hey, y'all.
We were just playing her brand new song called Nobody to Love. And as she mentioned, it's kind of about like somebody that you were with and it didn't go so great, right?
Yeah, it just didn't end up happening how you wanted it to happen.
Right. So let's talk about you said you also have an upcoming project, but I do want to touch base. I know I saw on your Instagram that you have a gold record.
Yeah.
From RIAA. Can we talk about that?
Oh my goodness. Yes. So Nobody's Better is actually my very first record that I ever made, like ever. It's
no
so
way.
strange.
And it went gold?
It did.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. It's constantly growing ever since I released it. I released it back in 2015. And it's actually with Fetty Wap.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's called Nobody's Better. If you guys want to go check that out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Play, whatever.
Keep the streaming forever.
Yes, keep it streaming forever.
We're trying to get it to 2 billion by tomorrow.
No, but seriously, mad love to every single person that has tuned in from the jump. That record, I didn't realize that when I put it out, it would do so crazy. And I didn't have like any other songs.
How did you get Fetty Wap on your first song?
Yeah, it was
what is that about?
A little strange. Like when I'm telling you, there's things that happen in life because it's just in God's plan. I was working.
You're gonna make me cry because I hear you.
Yeah, I was working on YouTube covers for some time in high school, and then I decided to start making my own original music. And at the time, I was working with Rob McCoy, who's actually his brother. Oh. So we didn't really realize that his brother was blowing up at all. And it was funny. Like my mom had him on Instagram and he was posting a bunch of posts about Fetty Wap, like his successes and stuff. And she's like, "Is he a super fan? Like, what's going on?" She DMs him, and he's like, "No, that's actually my younger brother," and supporting him. So it was kind of funny. And of course, my mom being like super in between things, she's like, "You should tell him." No, literally, you should tell him to do a song with Suzi. And he was like, "Okay, sure." So then that's how that kind of just happened. Shout out, mom.
Shout out to moms for hooking it up, because sometimes you just need a little push, and you don't want her to get in it, but then it'd be helpful sometimes.
Right.
It's like I really didn't want her, but then technically it worked out because I got gold off that song. So
yeah.
Thanks, mom. Shout outs to the mamas out there who push their kids to the limits and be nosy and things that the kids don't yet appreciate until it goes down.
Girl.
Trust me, I know. I totally get it. So I just want to get in a little bit about your background. So like, how long have you been doing music? Like, what inspired you to do music? Like, you could have been doing anything under the sun. You could have been a doctor, a lawyer, but why did you choose the music route? What inspired you?
Yeah, so honestly, I've loved singing ever since I was a little lad. Whatever. I was discovered by my music teacher in school, like in kindergarten and the first grade, around there. And
when they did you remember the little kiddie talent shows they used to do for the kids, for the parents on Christmas?
Exactly. So she called my mom and was like, "Hey, do you know your daughter can sing?" And she was like, "How can you tell her? She's so young." She's like, "Trust me." So my mom asked me to sing. And she was like, "Okay, I see what she's talking about." From like 5 years old, I trained learning how to sing classic music and opera.
Wait. So you got discovered your teacher noticed that you had a good voice, right? And then by 5, what were you doing?
I was learning opera and like classic music. That's how I started.
Where did you get opera lessons from? Like, where did that fall upon you?
My mom. She was like, if you're gonna,
if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it.
You're gonna learn how to do it. So we started taking classes. I had several teachers throughout the years.
Yeah.
I still, even to this day, will go just because it's never bad to continuously exercise your vocals.
Right.
Now it's different, but I think you're always supposed to train in what you do.
Yeah. Wow, that's like really cool to hear that. Like, someone just knew from the jump. Like, that means you were like 5-6 years old when someone noticed that you had like such a tone. Was it like a music teacher or something like that? Like,
yeah,
it had to be someone who had a good ear. I know it can't just be a math teacher.
No,
like, hey, this kid can sing. But that's so cool. So then from there, like, how did you know in your soul that this is what it is? Did you know since like you were in kindergarten? Or
I've always known that I've like loved to be an artist, and then ever since I started, like I was like I love to sing, so this is what I want to do. I've never really not seen myself not being an artist.
right.
Yeah.
So who are your biggest musical influences?
Oh man, I'll have to take it back to like Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah.
And Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Alicia Keys. Like there's so many different people that I look back and I'm like, okay, I can remember a time of my life where I really resonated with this record, even as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shakira and her belly dancing back when I was a young little girl.
That was a good time.
Yeah. And even like Britney Spears and her pop records with the outfits that she come out in, just being a baddie. And I was super inspired by them back in those days. But I aspire to be just like that.
As you should. And you will. Like keep like I also wanted to dig in about a little bit of the nitty-gritty stuff when it comes like to being an artist. Like,
yeah,
what would you say are some of your successes, right? Because I mean, you have the golds, you have millions of streams, which is all good and dandy, but I want to know about the struggles as well, and the things that people don't see like behind closed doors, and like all of the hard work that you say you put in, because you got on here basically saying you are a one-woman band. Like, I do this, I do that, I do all of this, and no one like probably even knows until you know the back end. So I want to know, like, what are some of the struggles that you experience as a one-woman band?
Girl, so being a woman in this male-dominated industry is already tough enough. Mm-hmm. But it's a little bit harder too when you try to squeeze yourself into these spaces where, especially like during sessions, people will walk in and be like, "Oh, like where's the engineer?" And like, "Hey, how's it going? It's me."
And they're like,
then they question like, "Oh,
serious?
do you know what you're doing? Like, are you sure you know what you're doing?" And then they end up being like, "Nah, we're gonna book with you again."
Really?
Yeah.
I can see that happening. Like I could feel like if I was an engineer, right, and I'm there, and some dudes, like these rapper dudes, come in, they're like, are we in the wrong room? Like, what's happening? Like, who is she? I would feel almost like I would need a co-signer at that point. Like, I would need another man. Like, for instance, like how I have like D here. Like, I would need another guy to be like, nah, she's good. Like, yo, Like, why do I have to do that? Like,
in the beginning, it definitely felt like that, but over time, it's just kind of like you have to get your clientele's like comfortability. So you know, make people feel comfortable, and then you
like, but what do you say to them for them to be like,
nothing, you just work.
You just show them.
Yeah, like, okay, you ready? Like, you know, let's get it. I gotta prove to you with my work what you would normally do with any other engineer. I don't need a co-signer.
Well, did you ever have anyone like that's like, nah, I ain't feeling it, can you tell somebody else come in?
No,
maybe like that'd be so mean. Like,
when I didn't really understand how to use Pro Tools and I didn't know what I was doing, but like after I knew what I was doing, then I was solid.
What made you even want to learn? Right? Because like that's technically you don't need to be in that lane. You're a singer. Like, do what you do best. Like, what made you just was like, I'm gonna learn?
Yeah, honestly, it was because I wanted to record myself at home. I wanted to eliminate like the fact that I couldn't get an idea out quickly, and I wanted to like record whenever I felt like recording.
So when the moment you became inspired, you wanted to go like straight into the booth, and it's like, if I'm inspired right now, then I have to figure out how I'm going to get this, call someone else to get there, then I'm going to inspire by the time it happens. I feel you.
Or it's like sometimes when they're not available. Like, hey, can you like work tonight? Like, nah, I'm booked. I have studio with somebody else, or I'm not around. I wanted to just like eliminate that.
Right. So it's like, you know what, I can, and if I learn how to do it, I can make music at any time that I want.
Exactly.
That is really super duper smart. And I feel like if you're an artist, right, I think you could take a page out of Suzi's book and start to learn how to use Pro Tools, learn how to use FL, learn how to use some of those things, because I think it's very important when you find a sense of inspiration to get it out.
Aside from that, it was also very expensive having to book studio time. And then
everyone says that.
Yeah, I also realized that nobody can record me sounding the most authentic besides myself. Because I sit there with the mic right in front of me and I can stop and play.
Get out of here.
Like I just do it all right there.
That's really, like, I can't even imagine that. Like, sitting there singing with the laptop, like, okay, hold on, pause. Like, that is,
it's easier for me to do it that way.
But it's also a sense of like, you know what is valuable in your tracks.
Right.
no better than anybody else, right? Like, because I'm sure with like other engineers, maybe like they probably try to convince you like, oh, this was hot. Like, no, I feel like this is hot. You can't, I want to put this in it. No. You're just the engineer. I am the like, you know what I mean? Like, you ever have like beef like that with people where they're trying to like make your song into what they think your song should be?
I've definitely
instead of like how your song should be.
Yeah,
like it's my song. I want it like this.
Yeah. It's definitely had awkward situations like that. But at the same time, I love collaborating with people because sometimes what I might not hear, another person might, and I love working that way.
Okay, so that's really good. I guess that makes kind of a sense. Like, so other than like you saying you're an independent artist, like what is the struggle of funding yourself? Because I always hear from independent artists like, yo, it costs so much money to book this and to book that and to get your songs played like on air is like such a hard thing to do because like do you pay the DJs? What is that like trying to
so there's a
financially support yourself?
Financially strenuous activities that an artist requires, especially if you're a girl. Guys have a little more like leeway because they don't have to really get their hair fully done and makeup, and their wardrobe is a little bit easier, so you have to consider all of that. Hair, makeup, wardrobe is already expensive, and then transportation, and then every single time you have an event or a show you have to get an outfit. And every single time you have to do a video, you have to pay the crew and pay for snacks and food, and there's just like a lot of things.
It's like, and I feel like guys don't get that. Like, it's way harder for girls because we have to look good. You know what I mean? Like, no one's really going to look to an artist who's like kind of not up there.
I mean, it's all to the artist preference. If some people don't like doing all of that, but
I feel like the media comes down your throat, like,
I'm here for it. I love to dress up, and sometimes I don't get me wrong. Like, I have my days where I'm not doing it.
Right.
But when I do it, I really like to do it. And then shout out my Booski Princey on the hair slayage and the Beat of NYC Kevin on the makeup.
Period.
My loves. Finding people that's for you, for the team is super, super helpful and important because although you are a one-man band, it's never really possible you doing it alone. Like, there's always people behind the scenes that are there putting these pieces together to make the piece a whole art display. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So everybody that comes through for me, I appreciate the heck out of them.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. Like, so you mentioned about being a woman in a male dominated industry. Tell me more about that. Like, do you ever, this is so nitty gritty and I don't want to say it, but do you ever find like, have you ever been offered to like sleep with someone for an opportunity?
Girl.
Or like, how does that work? And
these men will try anything.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say. There's men who don't do it and there are men that do it.
I'm scared. Girl.
And you just,
You like play it off, but still like get the work done. Like, how do you like shut them down?
I'm the one
I feel like
to
if you don't
smile and reject you, and like you can't have your feelings hurt.
But do you ever feel like that took an opportunity away from you?
No, because why are you thinking that that's going to be an opportunity in the first place? Like, what do I look like to you? I feel like it's all in how a situation is presented. If they are trying to be aggressive, then there's no reason for you to be nice about it. I feel like as a woman, this is something that we need to understand. We are always going to be chased after. Okay. So no matter the circumstance, whether it be at the supermarket or at the pool or going, shopping or you running your business, there's always going to be somebody that may find you interesting or beautiful or whatever. And there's, I feel no reason to take offense to that.
I'm so raw.
Don't try me. That's the difference. You always stand your ground. And you just make sure, like, it's not happening. It's cute. Thank you.
She's so cute.
It's funny that you thought you could do that.
Yeah, not me. I'm on my thug stuff. So what kind of advice would you give other up and coming female artists in the industry?
Mamacita, get to work. There's
get in the booth,
so
like Lotto said.
Things. There's so many different things that you can try. Try to learn how to produce, try to learn how to edit your own music or your own videos. Anything that you can try to learn how to do is important. So just keep working and one day something could give. Like, just don't stop.
Yeah, I just want to thank Suzi for coming out so much to the Morning Influence with us at here Party 101.9. Also, she has a brand new track coming out this Valentine's Day. All right, so thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Thanks so much for having me, y'all.
Party 101.9.